Hello and welcome back to another video. The December ScrawlrBox has just popped through the letterbox and it's quite a hefty feeling thing. Very thick, no give to this box, so I'm really excited to see what's in. So let's dive straight in and reveal what we have this month. It only feels like yesterday we completed the last one, but I think it's because I put it off for so long. But they have posted this very quickly. I think usually they post it between the 16th and the 19th on a good month, but they seem to have delivered it on the 16th, which is pretty crazy really, actually. So let's have a look before we delve in here at the featured artwork. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really nice. Lots of geometry. Looks like some sort of ink or watercolour or something along those lines. Very nice. Oh, a lot more on here. So, firstly, we have the featured artist, Clarissa Grandi. Clarissa is a geometric artist, author and teacher, first and foremost an educator. Her passion is introducing beginners to the truly accessible art of geometry. And then it goes on. I'm going to have a look at their Instagram handle there, and then we also have this little extra artist tip here. Even if you don't own a compass, you can still experiment with adding geometric motifs to your artwork. Simply draw around a glass to create circles, which can be painted to create beautiful planets and moons, or trace the geometric pattern template below and transfer the image onto your postcards. Okay, so a few hints. The theme of this Scrawlr challenge might be geometry, so very nice. Then let's, instead of going into the Scrawlr zine, let's just have a look at the supplies straight away. Oh, we have a Derwent palette. When I shook the box, I'm not going to lie, I thought I heard pencils. So I'm very wrong, so much surprise there. We have for our sweet this month a lovely golden coin. Oh, I love these golden coins. I was not long saying to Natalie, my partner, that I really fancied one of these, so that's very nice that I have one there. We also have the Scrawlr sticker here, which is a little snippet of the artwork. Very nice. Very nice. We have a pin. I might have to have a look in the zine and see what it says about this, but it's gold. I wonder if everyone got this. Interesting. Ooh, exciting. I have one of their pins, so that'll be a nice addition to this thing, to my bag. Then we have a gold. Why is the lid on a different way to this? It's a uni ball noble metal in gold, Mitsubishi Pencil Company. Oh, very nice. So a little gold gel pen there. And lastly, oh, we have some tinted charcoal paint pan set. So I wonder how this differs to the Graphitint watercolour set, because it's very similar surely. It's just tinted graphite, but this is tinted charcoal. So I would be interested to see what that's like. I had fun with these last time. I really enjoyed doing a really moody landscape, so I'm excited to see what these are like. But we've got a nice selection of Derwent watercolour sets getting up here. I must have about 5 of these now. And then the last little thing is a watercolour postcard pad. So 10 postcards. Oh, very nice. Very nice. We love a postcard. Nice and small. Okay, let's have a look in this zine. Let's see what it says. So it's the 100th box, hence the pin. Okay, that makes sense. 100th box. Very nice. Nice little touch. And they must have had this sorted pretty early. So yeah, it's our 100th box, and to celebrate we're including this exclusive Scrawlr pin only for our subscribers. Very nice. Very nice. So this is a little bit more about the Scrawlr artist. Lots of geometry going on here. Beautiful work. Very beautiful. Then we have the Scrawlr tips and things to try, which as usual, as we are swatching the paints, which look gorgeous, we will read this. These paints look like they're going to be way more pigmented than the Graphitint paints, so I'm very interested to compare them maybe. Then we have some further Scrawlr tips. Again, I will summarise when we swatch. And then the Scrawlr gallery from 2 box prior to this, when the Scrawlr challenge was loose leaf. And I believe we had the crystalline pigments. They were lovely. Oh, there's some lovely artwork on here. I think they were very difficult to use. They're lovely, and I will admit I ordered some more of them, yet to use them, but they were lovely but very difficult to use. Very, very difficult to use. So let's have a look at what the top 3 are. Ooh, look at this mixed media piece here. How interesting. Very interesting. And this is a lovely piece, some little 3 different pieces there. Very nice. Yeah, really lovely. I was interested to see what everyone else did with these, because sometimes the hashtag, you can never find things quite as easily, so it's nice to have them all condensed in the Scrawlr zine. And then the final Scrawlr extra is geometry, so it's about a little bit more about geometry, so I'll be interested to read that. And then our Scrawlr challenge is actually Tessellate. I was convinced it was going to be geometric or geometry, but Tessellate. Okay, so things fitting into one another and fitting cohesively on a page, and as much on that page as you possibly can, so that'd be good to play around with. Actually, I'm excited. I think this is going to be really interesting. I'm very interested to see how these compare to the graphitin. I know I keep saying that, but that'll be very interesting. Yeah, let's dive straight in and see what we can create. Right then, so for things to try, it actually says that you can use that sponge. So see that yellow sponge that you get in the palette? I was using it to dab off the excess water that I didn't want, but they actually say, why don't you try and use that to create a stippling effect with the paint, which I think is a really great idea. I wish I'd actually tried that with this artwork. Then it actually says that the white paint in this watercolour, it's slightly more opaque than regular watercolour, so if you use it thicker, it will actually overlay on top of your paint. I did try it and it was a bit more difficult to do, but yes, it is doable. It's almost like a gouache, so that's quite an interesting addition to this paint and something a bit more unique. It then goes on to talk about granulation. These paints react differently with water as the pigment is made up with charcoal. That means you can create some really lovely granulated effects. Now I did try this, and if you apply quite a heavy amount of your coloured paint and then you add some of the white, it actually like repels the graphite. It's amazing. It's really cool. I tried to capture it on camera, but I deleted that clip because you couldn't really see it. But I do think you should try it if you have this set. It's very, very interesting, and it does create a very nice granulated effect. Then, interestingly, these tips are really cool this time. It says use them dry, so if you take them out of the pan, probably before you start using them, you can almost use them as a pastel and then add water to them. So it's a really cool little addition. And I must admit, I'm really thrilled with these paints. I think they're very, very interesting. Then on to the artist advice. Swatch for reaction. Each of the colours behaves differently, so it's a good idea to swatch the paint first, have a play and find your favourites. My favourite for blooms and interesting effects is glowing embers, and I enjoyed matching it with dark moss, mountain blue and driftwood. Create blooms. Use a pipette or gently squeeze your water brush to add a drop of water to the wet paint. This will disperse the charcoal sediment and create a lovely bloom effect. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I very much like that. I think I would definitely try that next time. And then it says use your Sigma gold pen with water. One fun discovery was that the Sigma gold pen is water soluble. You can scribble it onto your paint palette and add water to create a yellow gold paint and subtle sheen. Or after drawing or outlining with the gold pen on paper and before it's had a chance to dry, you can smudge the line with a damp paintbrush to create a lovely golden glow effect. Alternatively, try spritzing it with a mister bottle for a more dramatic result. So some really interesting Scrawlr tips and things to try there. I think very much out of the usual, you know, just swatching and trying this and trying that. I feel like there's some really cool, different, innovative things to try there that I definitely did try. Some of them I didn't, and I will try in the next piece of artwork, but some of them I did try. So here, I really wanted to do my usual little grid system for swatching. I think you really get a nice range of colours there and how they react once mixed, and I thought it was a nice, interesting thing. And for a moment, I did think about leaving this video here because I think the swatching is so beautiful and is almost a tessellation of its own on its own. So I think that would have been a good video right there and then. But I did push myself and I did continue with the video, and I'm glad I did. I must admit this was my second try. I did try at first and I was a bit lazy with my compass using, and it just didn't look as nice as I wanted it, so I went ahead and got a compass that actually has a set width, so it can never change, so you can never accidentally change the width of your circle. Your radius and your diameter of your circle will always remain the same because it's fixed, which definitely helped. I highly recommend getting one of these. They're very, very handy. And then I went ahead and just started drawing circles from every point around that initial circle. There were a few that I missed, and so when I was doing the painting, it's probably not as crisp and clean and equal as I would have liked it to be, but it's a damn sight better than the first attempt I had. And then I really loved the colours that the featured artist used. I think they were beautiful, so I went ahead and used the same colours, and I painstakingly filled in quite a lot of these different segments, but I did leave quite a lot of them out, and like I say, I wasn't quite as neat and tidy with my sketch as I would have liked, and so I probably spent a little less time being careful and kind of just filled in what I thought looked similar on the other sides, and it worked out in the end. It worked out very nicely. I wish I'd seen the blooming effect and the granulation a little bit before trying them on this piece, because I think just adding that splashes of water to make that bloom would have looked lovely on this piece. But like I say, I was very inspired by the featured artist and kind of went with the same colours, the same theme. And I even went ahead and tried with the gold pen to get that bloom effect around the outside, and it did work to some degree. I think I let some of it dry a little bit more than it should have. I should have worked in sections, but it did work, and I highly recommend using it. It's a very beautiful effect, a very beautiful end, and I just think it looked very nice for the ending of this piece. And it was quite a quick piece, this, but I wanted to get this filmed before Christmas, before I take my break, so I just decided to do something a bit quicker today. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the supplies in the box. I very much like them, and I will be using them in the future, and I may do a little comparison in one of my vlogs to the Graphitint paints, because I do think these are better. I think they're much better. The formula in them doesn't make them too dark from the charcoal. I just think they look very much better. So I'll be interested to know whether you'd like to see that comparison, and if you do, subscribe if you're new here, because it may pop up in a vlog here and there. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed your Christmas, and I hope you have a very happy new year. So I will see you soon for another video. Goodbye.